Hello, my people. It's December and everybody is working a lot. Myself included. I've been working so much that I can't wait for Christmas. And on my free time, I've been trying to draw more and more digitally. This is the first time that I actually tried to record a speed paint on Clip 2 side directly because old boomer me didn't know that this was a feature, so I was like, the software does that. How smart. I would have never guessed. And sometimes you're going to notice that the speed paint looks kind of wonky because it's jumping some steps. So I don't think it's perfect, but I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you guys think. Is it a good feature? Is it not a good feature? Should I go back to the old one? Who knows? Anyway, moving on. I've been drawing more on the software on Clip Paint Studio, and because I want to move to digital art, and I think that you have to practice with the software that you want to use. And one thing that I noticed while I was practicing is that yes, I'm getting better, thankfully, but it's so hard to be an intermediate artist. Like I found myself feeling kind of stuck on the past 2 weeks because I have some knowledge, which I've studied, I've gained this knowledge throughout the years. I know how some of the things work, and I know that I'm not a beginner, but I'm also not on the level that I want to be, not on the pro level. And one thing, when I'm confronted with a problem, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on YouTube for a solution. And what I've noticed is that I don't know if it's just me, but there's not a lot of solutions for intermediate artists. It's kind of like, well, here are the fundamentals. Now study everything, and the moment it needs more guidance on the thing, it's kind of like, here's a course that is going to help you out. Buy it. And I'm like, can we continue? I mean, I understand that you have to pay for a certain kind of service and all, but is there an option for people who can't pay or for kind of broke, And it was frustrating. It was frustrating because there's so much content for beginners, but not so much content for intermediate artists out there. I did find a thing or two, like a video or two, that helped me out, but mostly related to how to keep going, how to not give up, but there's some point where you're going to notice, if you're starting out or if you're intermediate like me, that just doing generic things won't fit you. You kind of need to start structuring what you want to do, and that's time consuming. That consumes so much time because you actually have to plan for yourself what you were going to do on the next day, on the next week. And that's why I think it's so hard to have content for people who are intermediate artists, because it's where you have to start putting a lot of labor into it. And if you want to have a more formal, proper education, you're also going to have to put a lot of someone else's time into it. So here's when we see the gap of people who have money to pay for tuition and people who don't have money to pay for tuition, because yes, you can do it for free, but it's harder, because in the end, you need people. So what I noticed that was a big no for me is that I needed feedback on my work. And it was overwhelming because it's not just feedback, it's talking about the situation, it's discussing. It is like trying to put the problems out there so someone who has been through the same can put it back to me. And that's where the paying part comes into play, because when you are in the classroom, or when you have access to a classroom with people who are learning the same as you, who are going through the same struggles, even if you are an introvert like myself, who has a very hard time talking to people, when it's trying to change that, things become easier because you're kind of forced to live with these people, to spend time with these people. So, how I solve this? Well, in the past months, I've been joining art discords, a lot of art discords, and I've been trying to slowly interact with people. Sometimes I get overwhelmed and I just lurk and I don't say anything. But the times that I did and I went for feedback, and a lot of people helped. And I was like, so maybe I don't have to pay for this after all. I can just use these people. Not use, like, in a good way. You guys understand. And to be honest, I was surprised by what I found. Some of these discords, they have challenges, they have engaged people, you have folders with your galleries that you can like share your art, and there are places where you can discuss art with other artists, so you can help beginner artists. Sometimes even a very skilled artist comes and helps you, and you're like, yeah, that's kind of cool. The only thing that these discords lack is professional artists giving feedback, but then again, they are not being paid, so it's hard to get their attention, etc, etc, which is understandable. Like, they are not forced to help. It would be cool if they did, but it's like, it's okay. The intermediates can help themselves through feedback and stuff. And to help you guys out, I'm going to leave the links of these discords on the description, so you can guys join as well and maybe talk to me. I don't have a Discord. I mean, I do have a Discord, but it's currently closed. One day I hope I can open it again, maybe, who knows. But for now, let's join these other guys' works and work with them, so maybe we can be intermediates together, we can help each other out. So for today, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, press like, etc, etc, help me out, and I'll see you guys next.